So the reason for this video is I recently had an experience with the phrase, "that's just the way I am." And I wanted to discuss some insight into the phrase or phrasing, "that's just the way I am," and why this is so detrimental and hurting those individuals that are using it. So, if you are someone that is using this phrasing, this is for you. If you are somebody who frequently uses this indulgence, then I want to help you understand what you're doing to yourself. So I want to start with some context behind this particular phrasing. It is typically heard at an impasse to bring about a certain action or behavior change. Your friends, family, colleagues may request or suggest something of us, and we may simply respond that we don't work that way. That's just the way we are, I can't change. If you are very direct and you hurt someone in your speech, it's just because the way you are. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm very guilty of this self because it was a language that I continue to use to excuse myself, and that is the vein we are starting to go down. When I try to offer advice, I tend to be very direct. I cut to the bone. I don't deal with any bullshit. I get straight to the solution without any consideration for empathy, for feeling, and that heart-to-heart conversation. If somebody cheats on you, well then break up with them. It's the obvious. And disrespecting you, just get rid of them. They're not conducive to your life. Why do you need them? Get them out of there. Simple as. So it may seem on the surface. And when I proceed to go down this manner, I end up causing more pain, and it's not really something that is conducive to the practice I want to make of my life and my work, because I'm a coach. I deal with psychology and human nature, and I need to learn how to have that heart-to-heart empathetic conversation with someone. The issue really arises when we start to justify behaviors that are not resourceful to us. So, I am a direct individual, but I'm also a coach, a mentor, and there are some circumstances, again, where I need empathy and I need a human touch. I cannot begin to provide my clients with resourceful advice if I cannot ascertain their needs, which is predicated on their feelings. You only know what you want because you feel a certain way. And that is an example of when being direct and not empathetic is not serving me. So I want you to take a moment to even think now about, what is your character? How do you describe yourself to another individual? What is your personality? And what do you continue to perpetuate or consider that is yours? Are you humble? Are you perhaps reserved, quiet? Are you boisterous, loud? Are you a bit of an extrovert? You like attention? And what I'm trying to communicate here is that is a choice. Believe it or not, your personality is a choice. By saying that's just the way you are, you have adopted a deterministic view of the world, which means you are reactive instead of proactive. It means you have no choice, you have no free will. If I continue down this vein of continue to believe this is the only way I can communicate in this direct linear pattern, I would never have learned the ability to use empathetic language and have a heart-to-heart conversation, which is essential for any kind of health practitioner or anyone that really wants to have a lasting friendship or friendships. Short and simple, human beings are very plastic. We are very malleable. People change. Don't give into this bullshit that people don't change. If people don't change, it's because they don't want to change, and they have a deterministic view of the world. This is the way things are. These people believe in fate. Okay? The world has already been preordained and written in advance before I take the paths that I'm going to take. They don't say the same unless they choose to. If you are constantly in misery because one of your personality aspects that is just the way I am, it's your fault. And perhaps you have fallen very, very deeply into the reason why I'm talking about this particular content. And this reason is that the things we continue to say or perpetuate always have a self-fulfilling prophecy. What I mean by that is if you continue to say something enough, it becomes unconscious. Your body, your mouth, your voice knows how to do it better than you can think it. You have surrendered your attention to it. And that is unconscious by definition. That is just the way things are. That is just the way I am. If you keep reinforcing these poor character traits enough times, then you lose all hope of unlearning it. If I want to connect with someone, show empathy, humanity on a deeper level, I stop saying things that I don't believe in. I can be blunt. I choose that particular trait when it is serving me well. When someone's being very fluffy and that kind of snowflake personality, which I don't really appreciate, sometimes I need to cut to the bone and say, hey, you know, you're dicking around, you're bullshitting me. This is what you need to do. Stop crying, stop whinging. This is how you get it done. But again, is that resourceful for someone who needs a more empathetic touch? No, it's not. But it's not the way I only am. I don't use my words as a crutch to lean on when I don't want to take responsibility. I mean, even look at that word, responsibility. Your ability to respond. Take more ability in your responses. Be proactive instead of reactive. Choose choice, not fate. After all, your life is still yours. Right? It's yours to live. Okay? And again, that choice is yours. So, if that is something you resonate with and you can see that you are reinforcing bad behavior traits that are no longer serving you, let me know what those are. I'd love to know if something just clicked there and you realized, you know what? Saying that I'm a reserved person really isn't serving me if I want to be a public speaker or if I want to be someone that gets more attention. Okay? And subscribe to the subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.